Hey, a couple of weeks ago, I was going to go up to the motorhome, take care of some small projects that I had on my to-do list. That got derailed. You can see more about that on the video up above. So I'm heading back up there today, try to get some of those projects knocked out, and you get to come along with me. So when we bought this motorhome, bought it used, and we knew there'd be some things we'd have to fix. It's a 2019, and we just got it last year, so it's already 5 years old, 6 years old, something like that. Anyway, one of the things that we noticed right off the bat is the MAXXAIR fan. It's got this crank. It's a manual fan. It doesn't have the power opening lid, so you crank this to open the lid to turn on the fan. Well, that wasn't working. The gear that this connects to up on the roof was busted, so that didn't work at all. So over the winter last year, I went on Amazon and I just looked for a MAXXAIR gear and found one and ordered it, and it sat in the motorhome all winter long. And then when we went camping earlier this spring, me and a buddy were installing it, and I realized after I got it installed that it wouldn't work for this crank. So when we tried to install it, the end of the gear up there was also kind of a female end, so that didn't work. So I had to do more searching on the internet and found this one that has this stem coming off the bottom of it. This is what's different than the one I found on Amazon. This one I had to find at an RV parts website. So I got this. I need to go up on the roof to install this. So I think I'll back out into the daylight and we'll climb up there and we'll get this thing installed. So up here on the roof, thought it would be good for the daylight, but it's also kind of windy, so I apologize for any wind noise. First thing we're going to do though is we got to take this big cover off of the fan. So let me swing this around here and show you. So it's got this cover on it. Luckily, just 4 clips. Super easy to pull those off. Got the cover off. Now I need to lift this lid up to get to the gearbox down inside. So let's take a look at that. So this is my new piece. It's going to go right here. That's the one I replaced already that isn't the right one. So let's take this one out, put this one in. And you can see the difference. The one I bought over the winter has a short stem on it. The one I need has this longer stem on it. So let's get this one installed. Hopefully that's long enough to connect our knob to when we connect it down below. So if you're curious, the model on this one is the MAXXAIR 4301K that needed that gearbox. So I think the wind is blowing the fan, makes it look like the fan is on, but I got the handle installed there and it's going up and down. Those arms are going up and down. Put the lid back on, and I think we're done with this project. I almost forgot. I got one more thing I have to do. Hold on. Since our crank didn't work, I was pushing that lid up with my hand. In order to do that, I had to take the screen out. So I'll shut the lid, put the screen back in, and move on to our next project for today. Oh man, I'm not tall enough to do that work without a stool. Got the fan fixed. A couple other things I want to take care of while I'm still here. Here's a tip for you. Always keep a little bit of water in your tank, so when you're crawling up a dirty ladder to get on a dirty roof to do some dirty work, you can still wash your hands. We were pretty excited. Probably about a month ago, we got tow bars installed. Got a base plate installed on the Ford Maverick. Got tow bars for the back of the motorhome here. And this is a extreme measures cable. If all else fails with those tow bars and everything comes loose, the last line of defense is this cable, which will be connected to the Ford Maverick. When it comes loose from the motorhome, it's going to pull this, take a pin out of the base plate or out of the front of the truck, which is going to put on the brakes on the truck and make it stop so it doesn't go rolling off who knows where. The clips that come on this little cable are pretty small, not big enough to clip to my hitch on the back of the motorhome. So Menards, what, $3? Got one of these. I'm going to clip that like that. This will clip onto the motorhome. The other end will clip onto the truck. Now I've got my safety, super safety cable, all else fails cable, ready to go. Let me show you. So here's my cable. The safety chain hookups on the hitch. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to spin it around and just slide it on there like so, and now we're ready to go. We'll connect this end to the truck. Electric goes here, tow bars connect to the base plate. We're ready to roll down the road. Have you ever had this happen? That's the key to the storage bay. The key broke right off, right inside the lock. So the other half of the key is right in there. So I cannot open this door. I want to get that piece of key out of there so I can still use this lock. Now, I'm lucky that this storage bay is right next to this one where I can open, and I can actually reach in there and turn that thing with my hand. I turned that with my hand, so now I can open this. There we go. And I think might be just a matter of taking that lock apart, and then I can push that key out from the other side. May not even need the crescent wrench. There we go. Well, I got the lock out of there, but I don't know if I can get that key out. I may just have to replace this whole lock or just leave it unlocked. I was hoping I could get to the back side of this and push that key out from the other side, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. All right, I'm gonna put it back in. And maybe I'll just buy a new lock. I think they're pretty easy to find. Good old Amazon. If anybody has any tips on getting a broken key out of a lock, drop them down below. I'd love to hear about it. Well, I think that's it. All in all, not a bad Sunday afternoon. Came up to the storage unit. Definitely wanted to make sure the batteries were good. You might remember on the video up above, we had some trouble with batteries. But all is good there. Backup monitor is still working. Got my fan fixed. Didn't get the lock fixed, but we'll figure that out another time. Made sure that my safety cable was going to connect the way I want. So that's it for today. We got some trips coming up this summer. Can't wait to share with you all the places that we're going. We've got more DIY stuff, other little projects we'll be doing. So please keep coming back. Like and subscribe down below. We appreciate you watching the videos. We're just getting started, so hopefully you enjoy what you see. We'll have some cool travel stuff coming up. So stick with us. See you next time.